Hi everyone, it's Amy of Dragon's Spit Apothecary. We are here for our full moon in November to do our oils and oracle readings. And you guys know I do 5 cards when it's a full moon because we need those extra cards to give us some good guidance during these full moons. And if you're new here, welcome. But all of my oracle cards are related, have an association with essential oils because I believe that gives us a little extra boost, if you will, in making the most of these readings that we get. So I'm going to pull the 5 cards. We'll talk about what each of them mean in terms of the full moon, how to benefit from the oils that I'm going to recommend you use with them, and kind of give you some of my perspectives of what all this means, okay? So if you've listened to my Friday oils and oracles, you know the last 2 readings we've had have been kind of tough. They've been kind of calling us out on some stuff. So when I pulled these full moon cards, lo and behold, a lot of those same recurring themes started to appear on these cards as well. So after you hear this, you might want to go back and listen to the last 2 Friday oils and oracle readings that I've done, just so you get that extra information about what all this is really leading to. Kind of connect some dots. So the first card I pulled, and I'm using my oracle cards that have the oils already on them, is Arbor Vitae. Okay, and this is the card that we should focus on. So it's asking us to focus on completion and wholeness. Now you guys know Arbor Vitae are those super tall trees, often the tallest in the forest. So they have that full spectrum view in all directions of what's going on around the world, right? Or around their environment. So this card is telling us that, because of that ability to see in all directions, it represents the need to release all the struggles and be willing to trust. There's no need to control every stinking detail of things. We're not alone. We have support. And you can actually, it's more, quit thinking on this level and think more up here, okay? Raise your perspective on things. And, the confusion we feel sometimes can be self-imposed because of that, right? And it's asking us to kind of think bigger, okay? Go big. And, be released from your chains that are holding you right now, because you are ready to move forward. Whether you think you are or not, you are. And that you have the support. The browns and greens in this card are actually indicating stability, support, grounding. So you have what you need, right? And you have that balance. He's actually got the Yin Yang tattoo on his chest, right? To show everything is in balance, and we can not worry about going too carelessly or being too over the top confused of things, right? Or not knowing, kind of overthinking things, right? So this card is telling us that we need to release control, right? Look at the big picture of things. They're probably not as bad as you think they are, and look at the outcome of your choices. Okay, release your worries. You're going to figure it out. The work you need to do, and your attitude towards that is really going to make the difference of your success. So the affirmation for using Arbor Vitae, which is a very strong aromatic oil, by the way, so use it sparingly, but the affirmation for this card is, I release control to the universe and I am at peace with myself. And that is our focus for this first full moon card, is releasing control. Okay? All right, the second card is the release card. Now we just talked about releasing control, so just imagine how interesting this next one's going to be, right? So we already got to work on focusing on releasing control. Now we've got this Lime card, which is in our release position of the full moon. And it is, honestly, lime is the happiest oil there is. I can't make that up. It really is one of the it is the happiest essences, put it that way. And it celebrates success and failure in equal form. Knowing that everything happens for a reason, right? And a success or a failure just means that you've reached that next milestone, and it means you're getting closer to the good stuff, right? You're getting closer to the ultimate reason why that happened to begin with. So it is asking us to look at our riches besides monetary value. Okay, so it's a gratefulness card, and it's asking us to release, in terms of this full moon, anything that we're kind of feeling ungrateful for or unappreciative of, right? So it's asking us to really hone in on gratefulness and thankfulness, even when things aren't so great in our life. There are still silver linings, if you will. There's still blessings, and that's what this card is challenging us to look for, and release the grumbling, if you will. And it's encouraging us to get away from routine, which obviously changes your perspective of things. So going back to the Arbor Vitae card, when you change your view, you change your thinking, and to try and find those enjoyment in regular moments, right? And not take yourself so seriously. Quit grumbling about stuff, and take joy in the small mercies of every day. So the affirmation for this card is, today is going to be a really, really good day. Okay, so release yourself from anything else negative, hard, struggle, challenge, and just focus on having a really, really good day. Okay, so that's our release card. The third card is where we need to draw energy from. So this is interesting because I just got done telling you to release and to, let go of control, right? And find the joy. Now we have kind of a serious card, which is Siberian Fir. And this is the card of rising above challenges. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that Lime card of not taking things so seriously, okay? And a Siberian Fir, of course, is another tree, just like that Arbor Vitae. It grows very tall, but it survives in some very cold conditions, right? It's durable, and it's resilient, and it is a card of change, right? So it supports us through difficulties and challenges. And think about some really bad things like your job loss or a broken heart, or just things that hurt, right? And this is a healing card, and it lets us see that it happened, we can heal, we can overcome, we can see new opportunities from it. Okay, and that's really hard to do when you're dealing with pain. So it again is dealing with letting go of the negative, focusing on the positive, looking for those new fresh opportunities, and not getting caught up in that negative thinking or that limiting belief. You've had some bumps in the road, we all have them, and they suck. They just suck. But you got to look beyond it, and look at your accomplishments, look at what you've done, look at what you've learned and where you've been, and use that to help you rise above what is going right now. Okay, I think that's just good advice all around. So it means that, kind of similar to Arbor Vitae and Lime, this too is asking us to rise above, look at the full big picture, see what's next, and consider our options. Okay, and then we can draw energy from that. Okay, so it only gets better from here, guys. I'm telling you, this is a well-aligned reading. So the next card is what is emerging for us, okay? And it is the card of Clary Sage, which is the card of intuition, clarity, and cycles. Okay, this is a high power feminine card. So Clary Sage is used when we feel guilt, we're feeling obsessive, frigid, controlling, um, upset, in discomfort. Okay, it's used for all of those things. Now, in the it's used because it gives us confidence, creativity, and opens up our psychic. Okay, so it helps us move from that feeling of a victim into a position of power to make good decisions out of that circumstance. And if you think about the tie-in of those first three cards, Arbor Vitae, Lime, and Siberian Fir, this card makes perfect sense in what would be emerging for us if we did the work of releasing control, learning to see the gratefulness, blessing in everyday life, and, putting in the work, but seeing our accomplishments and where we've come, even rising above those challenges, right? So this card is perfect if you've done the work through those things, that this card would help us release those restrictive thinking beliefs and allow us to visualize, what's next, and to be intuitive to what is going on. And, obviously this is a fertility card, okay? Again, I mentioned it's a high feminine card because of the fertility link. But it's asking us to trust our intuition, okay? Trust your heart, listen to your heart. Things have been tough, right? We talked about that all the way through this to this point. And you're now reaching that point of fullness, okay? And you understand, you walk through those dark places, you understand what they taught you, and you're ready to emerge from them, okay? So your affirmation on this card: I am connected to my inner vision. I am trusting and acting, okay? So that's emerging for us. It's a big reading, guys. Okay, this last card is from the universe. And I think after these cards, we need a little encouragement from the universe, don't you say? Okay, so this card is Douglas Fir. Again, another tree. We've had 3 tree cards in this reading this month. So this is a card of wisdom and respect. Okay, now Douglas Fir, of course, are pine trees. They're again very, very tall. They're strong. They support a lot of branches. And they're thought to be kind of like the grandfather of trees, okay? So they're very worldly and, considered wise. And, sometimes when we feel lonely, out on our own, we've done too much on our own, this Douglas Fir is that tree of strength and connection to helping us not feel so isolated. Now, Douglas Fir is also considered the classic Christmas tree, right? So again, it kind of helps us overcome that mindset that, things are unstable, or, think about it this way. It's like these generational tie-ins that let us know we're not alone, okay? And it represents, relieving tension in the body and feeling that higher comfort around us. And, generational hand down of strong people before you. And it's here to remind you to let go of pain and sadness from your past. It's time to heal from that. And think about your legacy. How are you going to change the legacy going forward, right? What will you hand down? And not so much material things, but wisdom, okay? Life lesson stuff. And to respect what you have learned from older generations in your lineage, or on your journey, that helped you get to where you are and made you the strong person that you are today. That's very important when you're moving from a point of pain to healing, is understanding your own strength that has come from that experience. Okay, so really good reading, guys. I know some of this is tough, big stuff, but I like it because it's kind of helping us realize that even though the challenges we've had in 2020, we can learn from them, and we can still find these really good nuggets of good things every day to help us live our best life. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Leave me some comments that what you get out of these and how these cards apply to you. And I will see you guys on our I'm only going to do a couple of them in December. I'll do the full moon and a couple Fridays, but I'm going to take some time off in December and kind of prepare for 2021, because I think all of us deserve to go into 2021 with a good open heart to receive some blessings after the turmoil of this year, right? Okay, so I will see you next Friday. Bye.